Hey socialites, welcome back. If you're new, I'm Ariell. I do mainly beauty videos, fragrance, and a little bit of lifestyle. Welcome to day 8 of Vlogmas. I'll be releasing a video every single day in the month of December. So let's go ahead and unlock day 8 in our advent calendars. First, we have our Sephora advent calendar. Day 8 is this little one down here. We have a travel size or like a little tester size of Rare Beauty Parfum, and this smells so good. If you like Burberry Goddess or Angum from Lattafa, you'd love this because that's what it smells like. So cute. So we'll definitely be adding this to the giveaway. I love that I didn't look ahead of time on what's in the advent calendars. When I bought them, I didn't read like down the list what came in them, and I love that. I think I'm gonna start doing that every year. So let's open the 25 Days of Beauty from Revolve. We have day 8 up here. See what we got. Tower 28. I think this is a lip balm, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so we got a Tower 28 lip balm. So today's video is gonna be a fun one. We're gonna rank my eyeshadow palettes that I got this year. Now this is gonna be our prestige brands, like our higher end brands like Sephora level and up for the eyeshadow palettes. So I have 8 palettes that I got this year, and I really hope that I didn't leave anything out, y'all. So we're gonna start with number 8 and work our way up. I do want to preface this list by letting you guys know that all of them are actually good quality, so it was kind of hard to rank these. Coming in at number 8 is from Makeup by Mario. Now this isn't new, but it's new to me. I picked it up about a month or 2 ago, I think about 2 months ago. This is the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes Original Palette, and this comes with 12 neutral warm matte shades. Really functional palette, great for every day. I love these shades. I love matte shadows, like who doesn't love a good matte shadow? I put this in at number 8 because it's just sort of that softer pigment, even though you can build it up. So absolutely nothing wrong with this, but I do have a matte palette that I got this year that I like a little bit better than this. So I really like it, just had something better. Coming in at number 7 is another Makeup by Mario palette, y'all. This is the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes Nature palette. And this one actually launched this year. The people went crazy over this palette. So this is another 12 pan palette. Now this one's a little bit more unique than the Master Mattes Original because we have some shimmers in here as well as some mattes. Really beautiful palette. Similar to the last one we talked about, is sort of that medium buildable pigment. The shimmers in here are sort of on like the lightweight sheer side, which I'm not mad at. And I think this palette would be perfect for everyday as well, or to add a little razzle dazzle. You could add a little razzle dazzle for the office without it being too much, or even razzle dazzle for a holiday party if you like those sort of understated looks. Oh, this next one was so hard. Coming in at number 6 is from Pat McGrath, y'all. This is the newer holiday palette. This is the Pat McGrath Gilded Nirvina Mega Eyeshadow Palette. And this palette comes with 12 beautiful shimmers, you guys. Like, gorgeous. And these feel so buttery soft. If you're into shimmers, it would be hard not to like this palette. First of all, can we have a moment for the artwork? Pat McGrath usually has beautiful artwork on her palettes. You're gonna get a showpiece out of her palette, something you will wanna like display. You can tell Pat McGrath likes color. The shimmers are next level. The reason why it ranked number 6 is because it's all shimmers. I don't typically wear all shimmers on my eye. Well, I never wear all shimmers. I need at least a couple. Well, no, it has one matte right there. But that matte shade for like transition is really for somebody like more pale skin. That's not gonna work for me. If I would have just got like 2 deeper matte shades in here so I could complete a full look, I know that would have bumped this palette a lot higher. But the only reason why it got number 6 mainly is because I have to use another palette anytime I use this. But I love her. All right, y'all. So now we're getting into the ones that are just making it extremely difficult. I wish that the rest of these could be number 1. So number 5 is from Patrick Ta. This is the Patrick Ta Major Dimension Eyeshadow Palette in Deep. The packaging makes it difficult for me to show it to you because it's really metallic-y. I'm sure you guys have seen that Patrick Ta launched a Major Dimension in smaller palettes that are these 6-pan palettes. Now the Major Dimension 3 palette, the original, is one of my most used, one of my favorite palettes. So the fact that he came out with, I want to say 3 or 4 different palettes. There's a light one, a medium, and a deep. So I think there's three. This is a deep one, and it's the same quality, if not better, than the original. I just like the fact that it's something smaller that I could travel with. Pretty much the same shades that's in the original. So this one can do no wrong. I absolutely adore this palette. And the Patrick Ta matte palettes give you a lot more pigment, and they're a more creamy, smooth, buttery formula than the Makeup by Mario shadows that came in at 7 and 8. In at number 4 is an eyeshadow palette from Sigma. Now, I hadn't used Sigma in a while. This palette was actually gifted to me, and y'all, excellent is an understatement. This is the Sigma Warm Neutrals palette that came out earlier this year, and it is stunning. Now, this palette comes with 14 beautiful shades. It has a mixture of matte shades and shimmers. This palette definitely feels more fall with the green shades and the berries in there. Quality of this is excellent. It's pigmented. The shimmers are shimmering. I really can't say anything bad about the palette. And it came with a brush that's actually a great functional brush, two-sided brush where you get shader side and one blender side. So that one brush is all you need to complete an eyeshadow look. And at number 3 is actually an indie brand. This is probably the most beautiful eyeshadow palette as far as the outer packaging that I own. Not even probably, it's the most beautiful palette that I own. This was actually gifted to me from a socialite. This is the Flying Fiddles palette from Adept Cosmetics. The lace overlay on this palette is absolutely stunning, very next level. Then the name of the palette in the raised metallic lettering is such a nice luxe touch. And this one comes with 14 very brilliant shimmers and a few mattes in here. Now this palette ranked a little higher than the Sigma Warm Neutrals palette because these shades definitely pack a little bit more of a punch as far as like the pigment and how creamy and smooth it is. I do like that I have a few matte shades in here, and these shimmers are gorgeous. It does have similar shades to a couple of the other palettes that I showed you, but these shades really pack a lot more of a punch. Beautiful. I don't think Adept Cosmetics has like permanent palettes. I'm not sure. I think their palettes are like seasonal, or either like they make a palette until it's sold out and then they move on to something else. So they constantly rotate into something different, more unique and more fun. With that being said, I don't think you can find this one anymore, or the Sigma palette. Sigma is sort of similar to Adept in that like they rotate out seasonally and come out with new stuff and discontinue a lot. I'm glad I got it, and hopefully I can create a look with this again before the year is up. Coming in at number 2, can anybody guess what number 2 is? I'll wait. I'll give you like 10 seconds to write in the comments. What do you think number 2 is? You guessed it, girl. Number 2 is the Danessa Myrix Lightwork Volume 7 palette. So Danessa launches a holiday palette every single year. I actually won the Lightwork 6 palette last year. And hey, I bought it this year because last year's was so stunning. If you know anything about the packaging, it's like next level artistry with this, how you can completely take the palette apart individually and by section. I'll link a video in case you guys don't know about this palette so you can see exactly the details of it. Beautiful. Look at these colors. So this palette comes with 18 stunning shades, and this is the first year that she's added matte shades to the palette, which is why this palette ranked so high. You're able to get so many beautiful looks and complete an entire look with this one palette without having to go into a palette to try to find a matte shade. This brown is deep enough for a transition. I can personally build it up for it to be like a deeper outside corner. I would have loved for them to have a deeper brown than this, but I can absolutely make it work. They do have a black in there though, if you want to smoke it out or if you want to create like a liner. The shimmers in here are absolutely top quality. Some of these shades are like completely foiled, so it just makes it look like it's like liquid metal on your eyes. Danessa Myrix and Pat McGrath really know how to do their shimmers. She did such a wonderful job with this palette, and I'm so happy that I picked it up. Which leaves me with one palette left. Coming in at number 1, my favorite palette, the best palette that I got all 2025 is from Miss Natasha Denona. And this is my first Natasha Denona palette, like my only Natasha Denona palette in my collection. This is the Eye Sculpt Texture and Tone palette. She came out with two. One is called the Light palette, I think, and the other is Dramatic. This one is the Dramatic one. And this palette also comes with 8 shades, but as you can see, this one is more like neutral shades. So similar to the Danessa Myrix palette, I have a mix of matte and shimmers, but this one's almost an even mix. So for me, it's more versatile. And obviously because it has these warm neutral shades, I can wear this every day. I could use this as like a dramatic palette to wear at night to create like a, you know, a vampy look or just like an everyday soft look. And that's why she came in at #1 over the Danessa Myrix Lightwork Volume 7 palette. Pigment is next level. The shades are perfect for me. Also similar to the Danessa Myrix palette, you can take these out individually and move them around. Actually, the way you see it in a palette is not the way it comes. This actually got dropped on the floor and all of these came out. So I had to stick them back in, not knowing which way they went in. But either way it goes, I know that this is like almost indestructible. So yeah, I'm happy that this is my first Natasha Denona palette in my collection. I've been enjoying her ever since I picked this palette up. I've wanted to use it when I create my looks, but I've had to make myself pick up other things. I don't want you guys to get bored, but this is all you could possibly need in a palette for day or night. So that's it for my 2025 eyeshadow palettes ranked. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Comment down below, let me know, have you picked up any new eyeshadow palettes in 2025? Which one is your favorite? And even if you didn't pick up a new eyeshadow palette this year, what is your favorite eyeshadow palette? Because you know you can keep eyeshadow palettes for years, girl. What's your favorite? Everything I mentioned today, I'll try to link in the description box because I know some of these are discontinued. And if you're new here, welcome. I'd love for you to come join the family by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on tomorrow's video.